colleague Congressman Turner would say, it is a discovery process, because for every change we think that is positive, it will make a difference, we come up against yet another astonishing aspect to the military. I am the product of the military. My father was a career officer who survived the bombing of Pearl Harbor. I grew up in the Air Force. I was on bases all across this country and the world. I have great affection for military service. But it is a profession, and it needs to act as a profession and to treat all of you with the honor and respect you deserve. So continue to tell your stories. I know it isn't easy. I've seen their power. My first story really was when I met a nurse in the Army. I had just, as a new member of Congress, had a hearing in which different services had come to tell us about all they were doing to deal with the issue of sexual assault. And I asked this nurse, I said, is this issue as real as their testimony would suggest? And she said to me that, ma'am, I am more afraid of my own soldiers than I am of the enemy. She had never been assaulted. She had served multiple times in Iraq and Afghanistan. When she was a forward operating base, she moved around with knives in her waist, so that in her waist pocket, so she could defend herself if needed. It was an eye-opening story for me, and it has led to all the work that my office has done. But there are many who have come before us. This is an issue that ever more members of Congress are becoming aware of. The caucus I co-chair has 51 members, many of them actively engaged in trying to find a way forward. So I encourage you, as you go up to the Hill, to tell your very difficult stories. We had a hearing of the Invisible War at Tufts in Massachusetts just several weeks ago. The president of the university sat through the entire movie, but it was actually the power of the panelists, the stories that came from real people in the room that really were the most